The Woodville Panthers and Coach Joel Poole just recently named the head football coach not many weeks ago. Coach, it's always good to see you. I've known Coach Poole for a long time, and it's always good to see him. It's good to see you, see the guys today. If you'd let them introduce themselves or you introduce them, then some opening comments about this year's team.
Okay, I'm going to let those guys introduce themselves.
Sam Peak, senior, and I'm play quarterback and strong safety.
Ace Weaver, senior, running back, linebacker.
Jackson McMonagle, I'm a senior. I'm going to be a wide receiver and linebacker.
Stephen Williams, junior, right tackle and defensive end.
Oh, yeah, like you're saying, Jeff, I've been there just a few weeks, learning everything about Woodville, and these kids have worked extremely hard. The coaches that were on staff there, John Parsons and Mitchell McKenzie, worked those guys out really good in the spring. And I'm very proud of the way their maxes have turned out in the weight room and how hard they work in the weight room. The guys, like I said, the guys who are there worked them hard. I feel like there's a lot to work with. I believe we have 10 or 11 returning starters, 6 seniors. So, you know, like Coach Edwards said, nobody's really a starter right now, but those guys started last year. So, you know, we're looking forward, you know, to moving things on up. I think last year they took a step in the right direction. Coach Sanders did a really good job with them, and, you know, he's moved on to Blount County. And so I'm looking for bright things in our future.
Well, Coach, I know you hadn't been there very long, and I don't know what you've done this summer. You may can comment on this. What do you feel like that the strengths of the team would be right now before you head into fall's practice?
Well, of course, last year they were a predominantly running team, and we're going to kind of stay on the ground a good bit. Ace here rushed for 1,400 yards as a running back. Sam, I think, rushed for 800 yards in about a 5-game season. He was injured the second half of the year. Jackson comes new to us from Madison Academy, and we're looking for big things out of him. And Steve was a mainstay on the offensive line. So, you know, just looking to build on that strength that we've acquired in the weight room and what they've done in the past, and try to be able to pound the ball and play some good, solid defense, and try to just play fundamental football. And, you know, I feel really good about the coaching staff we've assembled, and they're good people. They're very knowledgeable. The kids are responding to them. We've had 7 a.m. workouts 4 days a week this summer, and they've come in, worked hard, and gotten after it. So nothing negative to say. They've worked really hard.
Well, to pat these guys on the back, I don't know where we were at and listened to the one of our other media days, but one of the coaches commented on in the weight room about how strong Woodville is, and you know that's a good thing. That's a pat on the back for them. Guys, this question is for y'all. What is your impression of Coach Poole so far? I know it's hard to change coaches; it's never fun. But what is your impression so far?
So he really lets us control it. He wants what we want, and just him bringing new stuff to the table that makes more kids come out and play and help us. And yeah.
I knew he was very experienced. I knew it'd be good for the team. He's already put in a lot of drills that are just super simple, and it helps a lot more than I thought they would. He's a really good coach, and I'm very excited for the season.
Piggyback off of Ace, he's very experienced, which is good to have as a new football coach. And he always pushes us really hard in the weight room, and just to get better at what we're doing. But also, what he does very well is he's like our grandpa. He wants to build that relationship with us, and we be in the weight room or walking around, he'll come up, wrap his arms around us and give us little noogies. He wants to bring that bond with them. So that's probably the best part about Coach Poole.
Coach Poole really brought us together when he first got there. It was as a team when Coach Sanders left. It was like really hard on the team, but then like we all stuck together, and then Coach Poole come in, and then like he let us kind of like get used to everything, and we started running everything 7 o'clock practices, and it wasn't that bad really. We come in, we do the hard work. Like Jackson said, he's like a grandpa to us really. Like he's always there supporting us if we need anything.
These guys are being rough on me. My coaches are the same way. Of course, when the computer is on, I'm a little bit lost still. But one of my coaches fixed this sheet, this roster for me, and it's got the players' names, their sizes, and their grades, and their phone numbers, and it's got all of our coaches listed. And beside my name, it says senior citizen. So everybody's piling on. But, hey, I'm going to throw it out there. I can still out bench press you, Steve, so hush.
Grandpa, I'll ask you this question. Coming in as a brand new coach, hadn't been there just a few weeks, it has to be good to have two guys sitting to your right who are leaders, who carry the ball and have been in the battle before as you go into your first season. It has to be comforting for a coach to have guys like that.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. Sam over there just got back a few days ago from the quarterback one camp, got invited to that in Birmingham. There was, I think, 18 players got invited, and he was one of them. And I think he performed extremely well down there. Again, I said ace rushed for 1,400. I think he led the team with tackles as well. And we got some good experience coming back, and we're trying to build on that leadership from these guys. And this, I'm looking forward to seeing them play.
Coach, I'm a Woodville graduate. Got to play on the first couple of playoff teams that Woodville ever had. Me and Coach McKenzie were really close. We played on those teams together. One thing that he's talked about over the last couple of seasons is the need for a change in the mindset, changing the culture. In what ways can you change that culture and change that mindset and kind of get not only the team but the community to rally behind the program and show that support? And what ways can you build that culture and what it should be?
We jumped in and started right when we got there, and we as a matter of fact last Saturday night we had a community rally at our stadium. Catfish fry, chicken, fireworks. It was fun. We had 800 people show up, and we were very proud of that. So I feel like the community came together. Another example is we had a cleanup night at the stadium and in the concession stands. I had 40 people show up to help clean and do that. So the community at Woodville is great. The people there have been so good to me. Everything, it's a very young program, as you know, and so it's everything's growing and everything's new, and we came in and had some needs, and I put an all call out because our practice field is pretty rough and it doesn't have a sprinkler system on it, and so we just had a lot of people come together, and we finally got our sprinkler system in as of Monday. So there's been all kinds of people jumping on the bandwagon and helping out. And mindset, one of your questions is mindset. We gotta not be, woe is me, here we go again kind of mindset. I faced that. I faced that a few places since I've been coaching. Believe it or not, I faced that at Madison County when I was a head coach up there. I know that sounds crazy now, but at first, that's how it was. And DAR was a little bit like that too when I was head coach up there. And we ended up making it the second round one year and winning 8 games. But it's when you're used to not being that successful, it's easy to get on the same pattern and do that. So we got to fight through that, and the only way we can do that is hard work and knowing what to do and leadership from these guys sitting beside me.
Coach, talk about your region. It's a pretty tough region with Appalachian, Cedar Bluff, Coastal Christian, Valley Head. Talk about what it means to play in that region, those type of tough teams. Well,
you're right. You're exactly right. Coastal Christian, maybe perhaps picked to win the state this year. You never know. It's kind of got a lot of private. We play a lot of private schools. We've got Decatur Heritage, and of course then you got the Cedar Bluffs and the people that are just Appalachian, and all those guys are just mainstays in high school football, and they're going to be physical, and they're coming in, come hit you in the mouth and that kind of thing. It's a tough region to be forced to play in. Like Coach Edwards said a while ago, we just got to rise up, and they got to, or I believe it's Coach Kirby, just you got to play every week like it's this is your last one, and you got to get after it every week, and that's what it's going to take to turn the tide. I think the most wins on a season is 5. I think I may be wrong, but I think that's right. So we'd love to put 1 or 2 more on top of that this year. That's kind of our goal.
Well, Coach, it sounds like once you made the decision to come to Woodville, that everything's gone well. It's probably probably more from the community than you probably dreamed. But what originally attracted you to the job?
Well, it's a strange thing. When I was at DAR, I developed a really good friendship with one of the assistant coaches, Jacob Maynard. He's from Woodville. He was the quarterback on the first team, I believe. He likes to claim he was the first. He scored the first touchdown or something. But so Jacob and I and his parents still live there, and we would go down there and see them and eat at the restaurants in Woodville when I was at DAR, and so developed a little bit of relationship there. Another coach that coached with me for years there at Albertville and at Madison County, Jason Williams. Nobody knows that name. His name is Coach Dixie, but he coached at Woodville and told me big things about Woodville, and so I was drawn to it. The community, the stadium, the really nice facilities for 1A school. Loved the weight room, loved the locker room, and the people. The people were such a draw. Every time I met somebody from Woodville, you could talk to them for 30 minutes, and it was really nice. And just very friendly people. So that was a big draw to it.
Coach, I have one question. I've always wanted to know this, so I'm going to ask it today. You coached at 6A level. You coached 5A, 4A. You're now to 1A, the lowest level. Talk about the differences between those levels because you've had the experience, staff-wise, player-wise, the whole thing. You've probably had more experience than any of the coaches that's been in here coaching at the different levels.
Yeah, you're right. It's and there you go, telling me I'm old again, but I am. When I was at Albertville, we'd have 35 kids in the 9th grade, and that's about what I have on this roster right here. It was 8 through 12. It's obviously going to be a difference in playing most of the game for these guys on this stage. They're going to play all the time. They can't be one-way players. So it's going to be a conditioning issue with 1A and timing, and hopefully the weather gives us a break. It probably won't, but hopefully it will. But it's a big difference. There's a lot more things that have to be taken care of by the coaches and the coaching staffs than we had. You've always got the support crew when you're at an Albertville or Madison County. You have a lot more people helping as far as assistants and things such as that. But a lot of it's the same. Once you get to the lights on Friday night, football's football, and X's and O's are still X's and O's, and the same. Your X's are the same size as the X's on the other side of the field for the most part. And so it's going to be a lot like being at a bigger school. So, and I have been at a 2A in the past, and it was when I was a head coach at Pleasant Valley down in Calhoun County. I think we started my first meeting. I had 22 kids there, so it was it's not all new, but it's going to be a little new to me.
Okay, we'll wrap up with this question for all the guys headed into the season this year. What are you most looking forward to in a new season?
Just seeing how well we match up with the teams from last year and seeing the improvements and how much better we gotten from last year and trying to work and get better every day.
I just want to see if we can win 6 games, make some history, and be sick. That's really it. I want to see Woodville succeed and be one good program.
Looking at our team right now, they're very dedicated to the football team. Waking up at 6 o'clock to get there on time at 7 o'clock to work out. They're very dedicated, so I'm ready to see just us to be one of the dominant teams this year, to make, like Ace says, make some history. So,
like Ace said, I really want to make history this year and win more than 5 games. I really want to see how we can match up and see how we can compete with the other teams. We've improved a little bit this year, and I hope we keep on improving the more we keep going. And it's been great having Coach Poole here to coach us and help us along.
All right, Grandpa. It's good to see you. Good luck to the Panthers this year. We appreciate you coming out today, and thanks a lot.
Thank you for including us. Thank you for having us.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap us up today. Everybody, thanks for coming.